So, in this little scenario, I'm just going to try to avoid getting hit by two types of missile air defense. One, I think, is a Tunguska, which is radar guided air defense, and the other is Strela, maybe? I forgot the names of them, but it's infrared. So the first is radar, pretty good range, and you can try to just defeat it without using chaff and flare. And then I'm gonna try to go up against the Strela, which is infrared. It's supposed to be infrared. The way you can notice this is if the air defense gives signal on your RVR. If it shoots at you but there's no RVR sound or beep, it means that it's probably an infrared missile, because the RVR only works if you're radar locked, not if you're locked by an infrared missile. Just gonna make sure I see. I think I have like rocket pods. Yeah, I have some rocket pods on. I'm probably gonna lose them as I try to avoid. Probably gonna fall off my aircraft when I try to avoid. But if I have a chance, I might actually try to go and attack the Strela. Of course, you should never, ever, ever, ever engage air defenses with MiG-21. No, it's not very good. I actually took off right now without any flaps, I think. Oh no, I actually have flaps. That's good. Thank God, I forgot to check that. Such an amazing pilot. So let's climb a little bit. Oops. Good. Put that into neutral. Lock the gear up. Let me lock the gear. There we go. And reset. Flap. There we go. Oh, turn off the burner. Let's see here. So when you're engaged by a radar guided air defense, your best bet is turning on your afterburner and trying to, outmaneuver it. The MiG-21 cannot pull very high Gs, or rather it can pull high Gs, but it won't. Oh, there we go. We're getting close to it, but it won't actually, do a very sharp turn. So you're better trying to find an angle of dive and try to just avoid it. In this scenario, I placed the air defense around here, so that I have the opportunity to hide behind the mountains in this range here, making it much harder for the missile to hit me. The MiG-21 does carry a mixture of chaff and flares, but you have, I think, 32 capsules, and then you're out of it. It launches 2 flares, capsules, and 2 chaff flares every time I press the chaff button. They do work. I have tried this before, and you can use them to help avoid getting hit by the missile. But since you have very few of them, you won't have many chances of doing that. So I'm gonna be right over this mountain range, and I'm gonna have a look out here to see if I can find the missile getting launched at me. See if I can move a little closer. So since I'm actually gonna try to engage the Strela later on. Oh, it's locked me. Let's see if we can find a missile launch. Oh, there it is. Please don't kill me. Oh, there I lost my rockets. Okay, guess a missile just detonated right behind me. Oof. I think that was quite close. I distinctly hear the sound of when you're losing your ordnance. The ground attack ordnance, they're definitely off there. If you pull higher than I think 6 Gs, the light rocket pods, the small rocket pods, will drop off. And as we can see here, I pulled slightly over 7 Gs trying to get away from that missile. But I actually managed to spot the missile and avoid it. So, well, good on me. Let's try to stay very low. Flying pretty fast, so that's good. Zoom out a little bit so I can see it more clearly. There we go. So I'm just going to try to fly around using the mountains as cover. I might have used up most of my flares, so this aircraft is not that technologically advanced, so you have no way of seeing your ordnance or your amount of flare you have left. Let's see here now. I should be out of the range of the radar guide anti-air. But as you can see on the RVR here, it has basically 4 lights that indicating the direction where the radar is pointing at you. So, well, that's not a lot of information. You basically can get a general idea where the radar guided, where the radar is, but nothing more than that. And of course it picks up both radar and ground radar. So it's not a very accurate one, but at least it will tell you if there's a radar in your vicinity, and it will tell you if you're being locked. The problem is, when you're being locked, all 4 lights will light up, so you have no idea where the lock is coming from, which is kinda annoying actually. But I guess this was the technical limitations of the MiG-21 from that era. So we're going around here, trying to be smart. I'm not quite sure where it is. I think I could go a little bit higher and closer. Maybe we can get a look at where it is. It's somewhere in this region here. I'm not going to be able to spot it. Or I doubt I'm going to be able to spot it. Unless it fires again, I could try to look at it. But usually when someone is firing a missile at you, you want to locate where the missile is being fired from, and then just deviate from that course. Don't fly into the missile. Try to fly away from it. But it's definitely on this side there. See if I maybe can spot it. It should be by the road somewhere. I might be too far away. Yeah, it's no, I cannot see it. So I placed the Strela, I think it's a Strela at least, the infrared anti-air defense up at the little cross over there, the small airfield, right there. So that's where I'm heading, and I'm gonna see if I can get it to fire at me and probably get myself shot down. I'm actually gonna set my aircraft gun on, anti-air, set it in anti-ground mode and activate it. So if I wanted to, I could actually shoot at the Strela. I believe the Strela is using visual cues, so if you approach behind it, or if it cannot see you, they will not be able to lock on you, because they need to visually acquire you. So if you can sneak around one, you might get lucky. So I'm gonna try to keep a decent altitude here, because when you're attacked by something, you usually want to increase your speed by dropping down. When attacked by an infrared missile, I would recommend pulling back on the throttle to avoid and then launching flares, because the infrared will go after the heat of your aircraft. So if you have less heat produced by your aircraft, the flares are more likely to take it away. Let's see now if we can spot it. There it is. Can barely see it. It hasn't fired on me yet, actually, surprisingly. Let's see here if we can. Oh, I'm pulling in hard. Ooh, very hard. Okay, I'm actually going to try to strafe it. Oh, it's launched. Oh, I think most of my flare. I'm probably going to get hit by this. Oh, I should not actually. I have a radar tone. What was that? Danger alert. Okay, well, yeah. I think I somehow survived that. That's amazing. I'm gonna do a replay, look at the replay, and maybe get some footage of that. But I actually survived. Okay, we're not gonna mess with that Strela, because they obviously know we're here now, and they're gonna shoot us down if we get too close. So I think I'm actually gonna go in for a landing. And I'm a little bit overweight. I should be around 700 pounds of fuel, or 700 liters of fuel, but I should probably maybe be able to land without breaking the aircraft apart. We'll see. Landing's always interesting in the MiG-21. I think that's my airfield over there. So that's where I'm going to land, and let's pull back on the throttle and see if we can loosen speed. I'm going to deploy the air brakes. There, you see the aircraft start shaking a little bit. I'm going to go around 600 kph, and then I'm going to deploy flaps and put in the air brakes, and then I'm going to deploy gears when I reach around 500. There we go, deploying mid flaps and putting in the air brakes, and we're still slowing down a little bit. I'm closing 500, and I'm getting the gear down and throttling up. Yay, and putting back the gear into neutral, and we are good for approach. Excellent. I'm going to turn off the pipper because I don't actually need it. I'm going to make my grid a little bit brighter so I can have an easier time lining it up with the runway. Let's see. There we go. I have the parachute or drag chute attached to my joystick, so I can deploy it the moment I land. I think we're out of range from the Strela right now, which is thankfully very good, so we don't get shot down as we land. I'm going to deploy full flap now. And we are actually in a very good descent here. So I'm going to try to talk a little bit less now, because actually I have to concentrate quite hard on making the approach here. It's not easy. MiG-21 always fights you. I want a little bit more speed. I'm going to try to be... Oh, I'm way off. This will probably end very badly. Oh, wait, we're in the green zone. Okay, good. Let's try not to crash her. Careful now, we have infinite runway, so it's no problem. Let's go down carefully, slowly. Oh, and we're down. Oh my god, I think I landed. Let's see, the drag chute is out. Oh. Well, it's always an adventure landing the MiG-21. Probably the most dangerous part of any mission with this aircraft. Getting her down safely. Despite we were overweight, I actually managed to land her very fine. No gears broke. This aircraft seems to be fine. I'm just gonna release the drag chute so I can taxi. It's gone now, and great. So it was a quick little sortie. Managed to defeat both radar guided missile and infra guided missile. So you can definitely do it. The missiles I used, or rather the air defense systems I used, were like modern ones, so they are more advanced than the ones that the MiG-21 would have. This type of MiG-21 would have actually faced during the Cold War era. So the fact that you actually can defeat missiles if the conditions are right and you know where the missile is coming from, it's actually quite impressive for an aircraft this old. And I have checked many times the shaft and the flare. You launch with this button. I have it attached to my HOTAS. It does work with both radar guided and infrared missiles, because you are releasing shaft as well as flares. Of course, flares are more effective than shaft generally in tricking the missiles, as far as I know. I might be wrong on this one. I'm sure the internet will correct me if I am. But all in all, you can defeat missiles if you have, a little bit luck on your side, and you know where they might be coming from, and you see them coming at you. So I'm gonna just park up there, and then I'm gonna shut her down, and I'm probably gonna just skip that part for you. So this will be the part where everything fades to black, and you're probably gonna see a nice text saying thank you for watching or something like that.